the upcoming remake of the LEGO set 6057 Sea Serpent into a gift with purchase, I thought it was a good time to show off my custom LEGO Castle Black Knight's army. This faction was originally introduced in 1988, with the series producing many notable sets such as the 6085 Black Monarch's castle, and of course the aforementioned Sea Serpent ship. The Black Knights introduced many new design aesthetics, notably their brick-built flags, molded dragon crests above their helmets, their differing logos on small and larger shield variants, and of course their black helmets, armor, and castles. With the Dragon Masters or Dragon Knights being released in 1993, there was a reintroduction of many of these same motifs, recoloring the shield with a green dragon against a yellow background, introducing new red head barding for horses, a dragon helmet that allowed the attachment of side plumes, a fabric flag with new dragon icon, and finally, brick-built dragons that paired well with the dragon motif of the faction. The release of the Lion Knight's castle made me aware of this faction's existence through the updated Black Knight icon included within its instructions. For context, my original foray into LEGO Castle came from the LEGO Fantasy era of 2007, so I didn't know about anything before that until then. So with all this context in place, I was inspired to make my own Black Knight's army, choosing them over the Dragon Knights because they were the original, and frankly, I like their colors a bit more. So let's begin. At the heart of my army is my version of the Black Monarch, sporting a yellow dragon crest on the black dragon helmet from the Dragon Knights, and further surrounded by more yellow mantling. His black cuirass is from the Falcon Knight in the Kingdom's Joust set from late 2011. As you can see, he's draped in all black armor, and named after the vintage Black Monarch's castle. With the key distinguishing feature between my Black Knights and the other two main factions of my castle world being their donning of black armor as opposed to silver in the Lion Knights and the Black Falcons. Within my Black Knights, the idea goes, the more black armor you're wearing, the higher up you are in the command chain, with the plain foot soldiers only donning a black helmet, and your Black Knight, so to speak, clad in full black armor. Alongside the monarch, we have his son, the Crown Prince, and his daughter, the Princess. The Crown Prince is in charge of the famed Black Knights, having climbed his way up through the knightly order, earning his black armor, black sword, and his yellow plumes that signify his royal lineage. The Black Monarch's daughter holds a print from Leonardo da Vinci's Flying Machine set, which in this case I used to represent her role as head of the Dragon Riders and Tamers. A closely kept secret within the royal family, the Black Monarch's taming and control of dragons cements their hold over their domain. Next up we have my second in command, carrying a black brick-built warhammer, all black armor, and navy cape instead of black for some contrast. After this we have the members of my Kingsguard and Cavalry. If you watch my other videos, you can tell that I keep a similar design language for specific units, like this one across all three main factions. For these units I have blue plumes, black capes, black armor, a sword and a shield. One of them alternatively carries this brick-built spear I found on Instagram. I'm also open to exchanging the generic blue plumes for the dragon plumes, but I've been unsuccessful in finding cheap custom parts online for this, so that'll probably come sometime in the future. For reference for the rest of the video, all shields and torso prints can be found on Brick Sticker Shop, who sell a variety of custom designed and LEGO designed stickers. I highly recommend you checking them out. Without them, this army honestly wouldn't have been possible, because it was definitely much cheaper and gave me much more optionality when deciding what colors, arms, torsos, and legs I wanted to use for each of my figures. Next we have a representative from the Green Dragon and Red Dragon Knights respectively. I see them as vassal houses under the Black Knights. I would also like to introduce an entire unit of soldiers under the Dragon Masters banner, since their emblem is so similar, but I need more time to flesh out how exactly the soldiers will look and what role they will play, with the same going for the Red and Green Dragons. Following this is our unit of Black Knights, so to speak. So in my Lion Knight and Black Falcon armies, Knights play the role of heavy infantry, each carrying a long axe and a shield. But uniquely for the Black Knights, they're more swords-based, but also able to pick up most weapons and are the quintessential elite infantry of the faction as a whole, feared by soldiers across the other factions and the pride of the Black Monarch. Each dons a red-colored dragon plume to distinguish themselves from the Kingsguard's blue and the Black Monarch's yellow, with the three colors combining to make up the faction's coat of arms. On them is a complete set of Black Knight armor, coupled with dual molded gray and black legs. Here we have our artillerymen, who man our brick-built cannons. Each sports a black grilled knight's helmet, black torso with cuirass print, and dual molded legs. The head of the unit has an additional plume and cape to distinguish himself. Next up we have the spearmen. Believe it or not, it took a long time to arrive at the red torso and blue legs they each have. When I looked to the sets for reference, I found that LEGO would vary the colors of the legs and the torsos, which if you look up, sport a variety of the combinations of red, blue, and black. You can actually see on my Canva the various combinations I actually considered, and tested, but ultimately it was the design that they used in the Black Monarch's castle that I ended up using. Some future designs I'm considering are with a blue torso or green torso with black legs, with the green possibly being used to represent a unit sporting the Green Dragon Master's shield and emblems. Last but not least, we have our single dragon of the faction. I think part of LEGO Castle's magic comes from its low fantasy elements, with its use of dragons being one that I've incorporated into my world. Black Knight's advantage being that they tame these beasts. In the future, I hope to get the Black Dragon from the Fright Night sets, and perhaps a couple of custom colors as well. Also building out a dragon's nursery of sorts that will contain the baby dragon pieces like Norbert from Harry Potter and the red dragon from the D&D collectible minifigure series. In terms of the future of this army, I obviously want some buildings, a custom black castle in line with the same design language as the Lion Knight's castle or the Black Falcon's mountain fortress would be the main goal. Unfortunately, the Bricklink designer program has not come up with one yet, nor have any of the builds from Rebrickable satisfied my exact wants, so I'll likely be building one out over the next 6 months. I also want to use some of the more unique prints and molds from the Black Knights and Dragon Master sets, such as the long shields, more flanks, and the horse body and helmet bardings. Through this, I hope to have a unit of cavalry, as well as archers, once I figure out what color scheme I want for their torsos and legs. So that about does it for the army. I hope you're able to get some inspiration for how to build yours. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and follow for more.